Watch this.
Football talk is a big hit. Sunday nights to Wednesday nights, we striking a match cause we lit. Y'all know the name, we call it the Dub. On Friday nights, it feel like a club. Getting that VIP treatment on the sideline, they showing us love. Great interviews, go hugs, put in work, go good. Texas youth and high school talking to page on Facebook, hold up. Coach trying to stand on the scene, giving advice, he do what he mean. Jay Mack and Swaggy Big, rocking the gear, it's so clean.
We rise and go easy, off the easy for cheesy. With my steppers, our special gifts, making fixing so easy. Trying to win, we so greedy. All our fans are so needy, cause they need to hear them talk about that club. We do it for the dub.
We do it for the dub. We do it for the dub. We do it for the dub. That DF dub. We do it for the dub. We do it for the dub. We do it for the dub. That DF dub.
Welcome to the Dub, number one high school podcast starring Pat Boteezy, Jeremy McGinnis, Whitfield Roderick, Coach Carr, and Ron Riser.
Well, all right. What's happening? What's going on? Welcome to the number one talk show. Speak out.
The Dub, baby. You heard it first. The Dub. Salute.
What it do?
Yes,
what
sir.
it do, man? We alive. We back in the building on the first day of February. First day of February, Black History Month, as they call it. You know what I'm saying? For now, we're gonna see if Trump let us keep our month. He might let us. We don't know. He might let us keep it. I don't know. But whether or not, you know what I'm saying, it is Black History Month, and in order for Black History Month, man, I want each and every one of y'all to give me a black coach or administrator that you want to give a shout out to for Black History Month. You know what I'm saying? So we show love to somebody, you know. And I'm gonna start with our special guest because we ain't seen him in a while. Passer. What's happening, Lozo? What you got?
Oh, greetings, J Mac. Man, B Rise, who still won. I'm still gonna say that. I know Dig on Smack listening, and my man Pat Boteezy, man. I've been watching Pat, man, and as we were backstage, he got everything set up in about 30 seconds, man. Just doing the intro. I don't know how you do it, man. Trying to figure out how you able to set all that up so fast, man.
But, hey, the funny thing is Sunday nights is J Mac show, so yeah, so he runs the whole thing. I'm gonna give him all his credit. He's Dr. Dre on Sunday night. I'm Dr. Dre on Wednesday night.
Okay.
And whenever he want to work, he do it on Tuesday.
And I'm Doc on Sunday and Wednesday. Yeah.
Oh man. My man still will. I'm asking, man, can I get a Michael Jackson glove? I see he got all that gear. Everybody getting gear, man. I can't even catch up with Coach.
Yeah, man. He hooked us up yesterday. You know what I'm saying? He gave us some of that Oak Cliff special, you know what I'm saying, Willow Wire. So, you know, we rocking it. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
B Ryan, what's going on with you?
Oh, man, I had a good time, my boy. Coach Kelly, Coach Carr. You know, even my frat pulled up, Kobe pulled up, man. But my Pat Bo, he wasn't up, but he was kind of short. You know, it was kind of we really had it together, but we got it together. That's why Pat wasn't there. But yeah, man, I had a good time, boys, man. But yeah, man, hey, we got stuff to talk about today though. But yeah, man, I had a good weekend, and I tell y'all, be coming soon, man. Hey, B Rise gonna be in production. Hey, give me a little time. Hey, we gonna work on it. Ain't that right, Pat? We gonna work on it. Give me a little tutorial. Hey, he's on and popping.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Boteezy, what it do? I can't believe we got Boteezy coming in at the beginning of a show.
I know he always They don't come on about 9:15.
Hey, look, it slowed down for me a little bit. You know, I've been busy. Like last Sunday we had a show. I wouldn't have been able to make it on because we had the Heisman Award dinner. And once again, shout out to Coach Ty for coming through and imparting that wisdom. And shout out, man, to the entire Metroplex. And boy, it's just funny. I was just happened to listen to another podcast, boy, and they had my name in their mouth. I was just listening to it about an hour ago. I'm like, boy, they can't stop talking about you, boy. I must be doing something right. Must be doing something right. Shout out to all the podcasts out in the city.
If they ain't talking about you, that mean you ain't doing nothing. They ain't talking about you.
Yeah, they talking about you. That mean they ain't doing nothing.
I just seem to hear my name or my league or something every week. It's just amazing.
Hey man.
But shout out to all the podcasts in the city.
Hey, that's the internet for you.
They start taking their team.
That's how the internet roll.
You know they start taking their team. Boy, you know they take that shit personal, boy.
Yeah, they do.
They do, man. It's wild, but okay, pals, back to you, man. Give me somebody. Hey, you thought give me a black coach, black administrator. Give me something for Black History Month. Who you shouting out to?
Oh man, I say shout out to Mr. Larry Jagers. He's on the McKinney ISD school board. He's actually up for re-election this year, his second time around for place one. And I want to give a shout out to him. He's not only one of my mentors, it's literally watched me grow up from nothing to something. I know we hear a lot about the Little Rock Nine, but he was one of the McKinney Nine, the first ones to desegregate McKinney ISD. So shout out to Pastor Larry Jagers, school board trustee, McKinney ISD.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. B. Roz, who you want to give a shout out to, man?
You know what, man? I'm gonna give a shout out. I'm gonna go way back, y'all, man. I'm gonna give a shout out to my old principal, man, Dr. Govan. Y'all heard of Dr. Govan back in the day?
Now you went way back to the days of red light, green light, man. That took us way back, man.
And everybody was like, man. He was a strong black leader, man. Like I said, think about it. Think about dealing with us as kids, not the kids now, but us, man. And he my principal at Zoom Walking Maceo, man. He was tough, man. But hey, I can say 100 coaching, but hey, give shout out to the educators.
Yeah, I ain't mad at it. Who you got, Botiz?
Hey, look, I'm gonna just go deep. I'm shouting out to our Black Messiah, Yahusha, the real Christ. I know J Mac always joking about the Black Jesus, but hey, we're gonna roll with Yahusha. He's the reason all the time. If you know, you know. If you don't, hey, holler at me. I'll teach you some things.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I guess I'm gonna give mine to this guy right here. We're gonna start it off like that.
Hey,
yeah.
We're gonna start
talk that talk.
We're gonna start the Black History Month. He went out, he conquered, got his first state title, you know what I'm saying? Ray Gates, shout out to Ray Gates. Salute. Black History Month, you did it. You know what I'm saying? I'm assuming you're probably the first black head coach at Crowley ISD to win a championship. I'm just guessing. I'm guessing the first.
I was assuming.
Yeah. I'm assuming that. So we're gonna give a shout out, man. We'll come back next week. We'll probably add a couple more to it. Since Willow ain't here, you know what I'm saying? We'll add some more as we go on. But I just want to give a shout out to Black History Month, to all the black leaders that's out there leading. And the white ones too. We love y'all too. Y'all out there leading. We love y'all too. And all the leaders out there, man, keep leading the right way. You know what I'm saying? That's what we love to see. And that's what, that's what we want to see. Speaking of black leaders, my first topic is my man Nico, the GM at the Mavs. He started Black History
on a bang.
my man started Black History, but by sending white Jesus to LA.
he gave him money.
Bruh.
Oh man.
And the crazy part about this, Lucas, he got F over bad. The reason why he gonna lose like over 116 million because he can't get that mass contract. So it really got, really hurt him, man. So he never know about it.
Yeah.
So it's like he didn't know anything about it, man. But I don't personally, I don't like the trade. You know, if Anthony Davis, if he was 28, all right, but man, I just can't relate to the trade. I don't, like I said, I don't see no upside. We traded 25. He just had us in the finals last year. I don't see the upside of that trade right there. What you got, Pastor?
Like I said earlier, initially I was shocked, and I like J-Mac. I thought it was a joke because of the hour that it hit, and I thought like somebody was just I always call it Twitter. I thought somebody was playing on Twitter, man. And I said, this can't be. But the more I kept seeing all the sources, then I was seeing, mainstream media sources, even CNN. I was like, oh, man, this is legit. But it took me back to the Herschel Walker trade back in the day. That was the kind of impact that this had as far as the Dallas area. I hadn't seen anything that, gigantic since then. And we talking what, 30, well over 30 years ago, 35 years ago. So yeah, that just, man. But I really think between Clay, Kyrie, and Dinwiddie, that those points, they'll get those points. And I think defensively they'll be better. I do.
Yeah, defensively be better.
Yeah.
I'm just more so like about the ball movement, just the team chemistry. I know what I'm saying, man. And doing that, like I said, this time of the year, I don't necessarily know how to make that trade right now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah. But I think they figured it's better now than never. And with the injury that, he's been out for a couple of months, and that's tough too. It's like every year when they actually start hitting their grind, he gets injured. And coming in, not coming in shape, that's the number one thing, man. It's like they say, oh, well, Luka's coming in and he's going to be in shape this year. And he still look like a cereal box. So I'm like, man, you got to be in shape, man.
That's funny. That's a bar right there. I think the same thing, man. I wasn't heartbroken by it. Like I'm more of a football head than a basketball head. So, I follow the Mavericks during the playoffs, but and not during the regular season as much. I was just talking to my son about it because he lives in LA now and he's just heartbroken. Man, I'm not gonna be a Maverick fan no more. I was like, hell, they coming to LA where you at. You get to see them every night now. But yeah, I mean, it's the way it's done is the only thing I'm questioning, because boy, Nico just went crazy in there, bro. It's like they gave him a bottle of bourbon and he turned up because he didn't tell nobody. He said he need to talk to the owner of the Mavericks, whoever that is now, laughed at him about the proposed trade. Then he didn't tell Jason Kidd. You can tell that Jason Kidd was sitting up there stone faced and pissed off. That was pretty earth shattering as far as trades go. I could see the benefit of the Mavericks in the end, but boy, it's gonna be tough on ticket sales, boy. It's gonna be light in that crowd, boy. I can tell you that. Because boy, them people praising Luka, they were bringing coffins and shirts and everything up there to the arena like that was gonna do something.
Hey, Jay, man, this is how that conversation went, Jay. Hey, man, I want to trade Luka. Nigga, you out your mind? Hey, man, we can save $150 million. All right, that's how it went. Hey, we can save $150 million.
That's what I believe too. That's exactly how it went.
Exactly how it went.
It was like we gonna trade Luka. What? No, we can't do that. We gonna save 150. Oh, okay. Well, don't worry about it.
Look, they turned Nico into the Jerry Jones meme or whatever, just like they do with the Dak Prescott meme. That's just funny.
But nah, hey man, I ain't gonna lie. I could see the purpose of it besides to saving money. I'm gonna be honest. They're gonna be a really good defensive team. Now we'll see if they gonna be able to score, but they gonna be really good on defense. And if you believe defense win championships, then hey, what we talking about? You got better on defense. You know what I'm saying? I think they're gonna find out that a lot of these fans wasn't Mavericks fans. You know what I'm saying?
Real quick.
Hey, I think that's what they're gonna
exactly.
It wasn't all about the Mavericks like that. You know what I'm saying? There's a reason why they
that?
kept drafting, you know, Dennis Strips and all these cats they were drafted. You know what I'm saying? It's a reason. It's a reason. I'm just being honest.
He gotta be the most hated man in Dallas right now. He got.
Hey, J-Mac, I'm gonna jump off for a second. Bring me back in a minute. For some reason, I'm getting bad volume. Also, I sent you that intro. I'll be right back.
Okay.
No, but know what, y'all, man? He gotta be getting dealt, man. Listen, he gotta be the most hated man in Dallas. Like you said, man. Like you said, you know how much impact gonna hurt. Like you said, a lot of them folks weren't just Mavs fan like that. They wanted, you know, them those are foreigner fans. So now the Lakers could get all that. They could get, man. Lakers always been doing this ever since James worked, man. God, man, Lakers ain't shit, man. I'm sorry. Well, Lakers, they've been doing this for us since the last 50 years, man. Golly, how?
It is what it is.
They could have been a whole team around Luka.
Yeah.
They could get 2 other stars, man. Lakers could be balling in 2 or 3 years. Lakers could be balling.
We'll see. We'll see. He might get out there and lose his mind.
Yeah, he'll be 280.
To some Diddy parties and carry on. He might not be the same.
Oh man, yeah, it may end up the being in LA is a different beast, and I don't know. He may not be cut for that, especially if they lose a couple of games in a row. That may get him. The press may get him.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. We gotta get some. We gotta get Nico some security.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure you probably stay somewhere up north. You probably think you was well liked, but
no sir.
Best is security, homie, because your name is dirt out here. You know what I'm saying? Hey.
Well, look, and in that interview, he was interviewing like he was scared too, boy.
Yeah,
that boy sound nervous.
Oh man,
we gotta protect Nico, man. I need all you Black Power Rangers. Y'all be talking that black stuff. Y'all hit Nico up and go be standing at his car and make sure you get to work every day. That's what I need y'all to do.
There's a reason why they park underground at the ACC.
Yeah, hey, Nico might have to. You know, I know it's dangerous to fly these days, but Nico might need the helicopter ride. Just
man.
I'm telling you, they go if the Mavericks win championship, they gonna still boo Nico. I'm telling you that right now.
Oh yeah, they took their hero away, man. I mean, hell, he was our hero, man. We all love Luka, but I mean,
it's dirt.
Yeah, it is what it is, man.
You know what I'm saying?
Moving on, man. We're gonna see how. Big shout out to the Spurs. I thought they got De'Aaron Fox. So I'm happy about that. That might be. I might have to go back to the Spurs.
Popovich is back.
Yeah, I was a big Spurs fan.
Man, that was a steal.
Yeah.
Who they give up on?
I forgot who they said, but it wasn't nothing that.
Yeah, it wasn't nothing. They're gonna shake nothing up, ain't it?
No, it wasn't Wemby. As long as it wasn't Wemby, it didn't matter.
Right. Yeah, it's true.
But so moving on, man. I want to give SA a shout out, man. Man, what y'all think, man? I ain't meant to ask you this, Pastor. What you think of Mesquite, man? What Mesquite doing with these hires, man, and what McKinney Boyd just did with they new hire?
Man, I'm excited about it, man. I really am. Shout out to Texas Torch and Track Dynamite out there in Mesquite and Wings. Man, I'm excited. I'm excited to rub elbows with the coaches doing the summer track meets because I know they out there because they excited. They believe in getting that speed going. They believe in the overall wealth of the program and actually being a part of the community. So shout out to the AD, the school board, and the superintendent of Mesquite ISD, man, because they have really been on the road because, they were kind of the whipping boys here for a little bit. We laughing. I did, for a little bit. But then they came to West Mesquite, and I thought, yeah, that's going to be about it. But I'm like, bam, you come, you hit Poteet, you hit Mesquite. I'm like, man, here we go. So I'm excited about it. I'm excited about the hire at Boyd. I know Pat, I know you got something going on, like I said, with the coach. I'm excited to see him on at the McKinney Boyd. And I said in the chat, the people said, I know what I was talking about. I said, hey, McKinney Boyd going to be running McKinney again. You know, at one point they were doing it. So they rezoned, and then they took the Eastside kids back to McKinney High, and Coach Schaefer's got there and was whipping them into shape. But, yeah, man, I'm excited because I'm excited about what the coach is doing in Louisville. And now that he's in McKinney ISD, y'all look out for Boyd. I'm telling you, Boyd may be one of us going to sneak up on some folk in that district. Of course, Allen's still going to be on top, but I think Boyd going to have something to say.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think Boyd doing a little bit like retooling since Shavers left, you know.
Yeah.
They doing the retooling, you know. They still got the talent over there. I mean, they got two feeder schools over there. Two or three feeder schools. So, man, they got the kids.
Yeah. Hey, shout out to the Mesquite, like you said, ISD AD Cody. I actually talked to him this past week or whatever, and great guy. We had a great conversation, and I was kind of congratulating him on that and talking to him about some other stuff. But I said, bruh, you made some great hires over the last couple of years, man. You doing it big out there.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Pat, I'm gonna need a favor from you, man. Y'all remember that the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, that one scene when Will was returned and he gave Carton his black book? Man, I need your black book on administrators and coaches, man, when you retire, man. You know everybody know you. Every time I go somewhere, like, yeah, man, I know Pat Botese. I'm like, man. I'm all the way up in Arkansas and they be knowing you, man.
Look, I told you back them in the beginning when we first started this. I said, man, my Rolodex is pretty thick. Just working in sports over the last 15 years and stuff, man. I've had the pleasure to meet a bunch of people, and it's just amazing how all these paths cross and stuff like that. And then somebody talk about that, I'm like, oh, I know him. I got his number on my phone. I talked to him. So it's crazy. It's crazy.
Oh yeah, man. Oh yeah, I still shout out to my man Matt Step. Like you said, man. And you was talking about that too, Lonzo. The running back, he had Longview, and the QB is at Allen. You know what I'm saying? So
they're running back. He gonna shine right away. He gonna play right away.
Yeah. This is what I'm saying though. This is what I'm saying. We were talking about this when that job came open in McKinney, that they were gonna have to make a good hire to follow the footsteps of Shavers, right?
Right. You've been said that.
And obviously they don't listen to the dub. That's okay. You know what I'm saying? We tried to warn them that you got to make the right hire for that to kind of keep what was going on, because Shavers had the momentum going, and you didn't want to stop it and try to redo it. You wanted to be able to try to continue it and keep it rolling. And they made the wrong choice. I mean, I ain't gonna say they made the wrong choice. You know, that's yet to be seen. But if McKinney Boyd come out there and get the role, well, you can say it because you're alumni. You can say it. I'll let you say it. I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna say it. I'll let you say it, Lonzo, but I'm not gonna say it. You alumni.
I will definitely say it because they didn't want to listen. It was Step. Then when I said that, you said, "Oh man, they're gonna be fine." I told you so. I told you. I said, "Nah, resume showing Duke. Nah, man. Nope, not gonna work." And I'm not saying the coach can't coach. It just, you gotta know your personnel. That's the number one thing. You gotta know your personnel. And some hires look good on paper, but not in application. And the kids, I know those Eastside kids. I got deep roots. I got family members, and I knew when they did that hire, I said it's gonna be a clearance sale. And sure enough, they out. They're not gonna stay there. They were not gonna stay there, and there's nothing they can do to make them stay there. And they go, like I said, go on the board. And when you got your best running back going all the way to East Texas, all the way to Long, that's how far he wanted to get away. He went to Longview.
He went back home, man. He went
back home, man. He went back home. But
he went back
Yeah,
home.
but East Texas though, because East Texas is always they see the bright lights of Dallas and they start going west. They don't go the other way. They don't go back east. Come on, man.
hey.
Oh man. Now I gotta hear smack from the worst podcast this side of the Mississippi. I'm just gonna turn the sound down because I know y'all gonna have them back on when the season start. I can't even mention their names, but you know the ones out there. I don't like them.
So what's your time frame for the coach at Boyd? I mean, how much time you got to, do you expect him to get to try to turn things around? We just
I say year one.
You got to give him a chance.
Year one. I give him. I'm saying he'll turn it around in year one. The reason being because Louisville shocked me last year. They had a lot of youngsters on their squad. I wasn't expecting them to be as good. And people say, "Oh, they went to one playoff game," but they could have won that Allen game because I was literally sitting there. Shout out to Kaiser. But I was sitting there and watching, and Louisville kept shooting themselves in the foot. They really did. A lot of turnovers, a lot of turnover on downs when they had the ball. There was a shankopotamus on the punt. So it was things that young teams do when you're in the spotlight, when you're playing at Allen Stadium. That's hard. But yeah, Louisville has some youngsters, and the way they were able to put them around, you're gonna see the same thing at Boyd because they had the talent there, and they got some youngsters coming up. And now they got the right coach to put it all together.
Okay.
They just gotta keep it together, boy. Because I ain't gonna lie, Louisville, boy. I don't know. Louisville been under the microscope. They already had the basketball coach over there with his hat in his hand.
Man.
Who had that far back?
I'm gonna say something, but it's gonna get me banned, and I don't want to do it. But I know what's going. It's some hating coaches in this area. I'm not gonna say any schools in particular, but one school that I live very close to that was part of that problem. If you can't coach up your talent and your talent go elsewhere, you don't need to get on the horn and snitch.
At all.
You don't need to do that.
All right, let them J-Mac if they want to.
Exactly. We got vouchers going on around here. So what's wrong?
Yeah, you can choose. So you can choose. They're gonna have to do something.
That's true.
I'm gonna create a J-Mac and transfer portal form or whatever. So I'll get that to the Metroplex soon. But
most definitely. Most definitely. Yeah. That's what's going on, man. It's these coaches, they're like, oh man, you took my player. And the same thing, happened in summer track. These coaches like, oh man, they left, but hey man, you should have been coaching that runner. You should have been coaching that athlete, that jumper. They wouldn't have left you if you were coaching.
Right.
So you can't just sit up there and get mad if the athlete goes somewhere else. If the parents decide, hey, this is not a good fit for me, you need to step your game up.
Yeah, we're gonna see
my soapbox.
Now let's see if we can get the president to pass a bill for that. He's been passing a bunch of stuff the first couple of weeks. But yeah.
we got to see. We got to. I'm interested to see how that play out. You know what I'm saying? We'll see how that play out because I feel like it a little bit got to do with coaching, a little bit got to do with culture, and a little bit got to do with coaches' entitlement. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't just sit back on your hands. You got to be like Coach Todd. You got to get out there and let your face be seen and let everybody know where you at. You know what I'm saying? You just got to do it. You never know. You never know.
You got to be on the scene.
Right. But I was just saying, J-Mac, like I said, if you're a head football coach now, you got to be out. You got to be out and about. You got to be out in the 707. You got to be out the coaching clinics. You got to be picking the kids. You got to.
I agree. And it's amazing in this day and time. You do have some coaches that are standoffish. They just don't have that personality. You got to go out there and shake hands and just meet the people and meet with the people and stuff like that. And that's how you ingratiate yourself to that program. But you'll see coaches that don't do that.
Well, them the coaches that gonna be crying.
Yep.
Yeah.
And you gotta go.
You're right.
You gotta get out there, man. You gotta get out there, like it or not. You know, we could dance around it or we could talk about it. You know what I'm saying? So whatever you want to do. But
look, say this, Coach Jack, when he got to West Mesquite, that's the first thing he did, man. He got with the youth programs, and he was, having camps up there. I mean, he was out on the scene, and he was the first one in that area to step up like that and kind of, lead the way, and it reflected in him having as well. But yeah, he was doing all types of stuff out there just to show that, hey, we here.
no, look at just look at Mathis and what our man Gates doing. Yeah, hey, every youth football whatever is either at Dog Crowley or in DeSoto.
Right. And then shout out Coach Todd too, because every time I look up, there's something going on over there. I'm seeing the dog camp.
Yep.
Thing else that's going on, man.
Yeah,
like,
man. Yeah, coach over there,
Got to like
cussing the kids out and carrying on.
What up, Gucci man?
But y'all here.
My boy, man. But we
shout out to you, Coach Todd, man. I caught your speech at the banquet, man. Like I said, I always think the world of you, man. We give you a hard time on here, but man, the stuff you do in the community, that means a lot, man. Like I say, because you never know. There's some kid in the background that you probably don't even remember that you touched, but over the years he'll come back like, man, I remember when Coach Todd. It's because you out there, and that's the difference. And I would say this, and I'll be done. I keep trying to tell these knucklehead coaches that want to be standoffish, when you go to these camps and stuff, man, you get to eat for free. If nothing else, come out and shake hands and hug babies and stuff. Get the free food from the food trucks, man. You got all kinds of good eating out there. And y'all want to sit up in your office and want to play Madden all day and think that's going to help you get a playbook together. Get out there in the community and go eat catfish with Medea. Come on, son. I'm done. I'm out there.
That's it. What's up, Coach? What's going on with you, man?
What's up, Coach?
I'm just chilling, man. Glad y'all came to work, man.
Man, I ain't gonna lie, it be tough, man. I ain't even gonna lie to you. It be tough.
You tired, man. One thing, Coach, man. Everybody shit, man. Hey, you know how that
is. In our banquet and stuff, and he was asking me about the show for tonight. We have the show tonight.
Yeah, here we go.
Hey, y'all just be slacking off now, man. We ain't finna keep going for that.
But speaking on that, Todd, so what's your thoughts on that about coaches getting out, getting out in the public, speaking to the kids?
Yeah, I mean, I think everybody got to be who he is. You know what I'm saying? I know that ain't, correct grammar, but and I think a lot of times y'all got to realize too, a lot of these coaches ain't being real. They just doing it now because the people that started doing it, making it where they got to be come on the dub now. So everybody's coming on the dub ain't really coming on the dub because they want to. It's just they ain't got no choice.
I'm gonna rip that segment right there because I need that for about 5 or 6 coaches. Y'all done had on here. I can't say any names, but I'm gonna rip it.
But I tell you what, I need them to keep not having no choice. Y'all come on, bring your ass on over here because you ain't got no choice. Bring your ass on.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. I'm saying you take the numbers, but there's still sometimes when you really be talking about kids, if the shit ain't really genuine,
that show itself. That's gonna show itself, Coach. You know one thing about the dub, Coach. When you sit in that seat over there, it ain't cold.
Yeah, but y'all done eased up over time, man. J-Mac ain't J-Mac no more, man. You done kind of got big time. Like
I
can't bag you too. I can't bag nobody too far in the corner no more. You know what I'm saying? I got
we want him to come back.
Yeah.
I'll say Coach Carr don't be letting out the I'll take that back. I had to get on Coach Carr for letting out the game. Somebody grace mercy recently. I don't remember who they were. But yeah. Yeah.
But
We'll put them to the fire during the regular season. Right now, everybody's 0-0, like J Mac say.
That's it, man. When we're in the off season, coach, I feel like everybody's all sunshines and daffodils. Everybody got a chance to be successful. I never talk bad about nobody in the off season. It ain't no more lemon booties. It ain't no more football. It's all season. Everybody's 0-0. You know what I'm saying? Everybody got a chance to win.
But everybody can't take it like, when y'all do say what y'all feel, you can't take the shit personal. Yeah, I mean.
Well, they gonna do that, coach. One thing I learned in the 3 years I've been doing that is, I'm not back in the coaches I'm used to growing up. Like them days over with. You know what I'm saying? Like them days over with. Everybody ain't just, everybody just don't just roll with it, or everybody just don't, take stuff everything personal.
Right.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Look, I would say this. I'm actually glad you said that, boy, because boy, we sure have had some coaches that been butthurt after something we done said on the show and all that time.
You got some coach, they don't even speak to us no more and everything. Golly.
Yeah, man, I lost friendships, man. I lost friendships, dog, with people I thought was good people. You know what I'm saying? Goddamn, boy, shit.
And look, I'm gonna use Coach Todd as an example. So we done said something about somebody win and lose and whatever, and these coaches lose their damn mind. We can't come on their sidelines, none of that type of stuff. But Coach Todd, I think he lost one of the toughest games he could have ever lost in his life, and we having a damn emergency show. He hop up on the show on the bus. Bro, that's stand up. That put so much respect on your name, bro. Like if anybody else is gonna be soft after that, then that's a them problem.
Yeah, but that's the thing though. Like you got to be go meet him before he meets you. You know what I'm saying?
That's Todd. Todd, he gonna run to the adversity. He ain't gonna run from it.
Yeah. I ain't finna be running and building no ammunition of anger over 13 weeks and shit, and then respond back in a hate-felt Nazi rant. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got time for all that. I mean, whenever you lose, man, there's gonna be somebody gonna say, man. That shit just the way it is.
Right, and so I'll cut that up, bro, because the whole Metroplex needs to hear that. For them,
I might have to go back and cut that up. But you know what, though? I feel like some people get it and some people won't. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. Because like I tell people, I gotta always be me. Like if you stunk it up, I gotta say you stunk it up. If you did good, I gotta say you did good. You know what I'm saying? Like I can't lie. Y'all know my motto. We're gonna keep it real. So we're gonna tell it like it is. Whatever it is. If you did good, you did good. If you did bad, you did bad. And we're gonna keep on rolling. Just like that.
Right.
I think Todd get it. Todd get it. Now Todd don't care. Todd gonna do bad and still criticize you. Like, well, hell, I did
bad. I mean, hey man, that's just the way it is, man. Shit, I don't be tripping.
But no, it's all good, man. But Todd, give me this, man. Since you here, and Lonzo Pass, I want your opinion on this. Now, in fact, let me rewind it. I'm gonna rewind it because this is our first time all on here on the emergency show. When y'all lost, Pastor said you guys lost because y'all was undisciplined. So I want to go ahead and give you a chance to respond. I saw you respond elsewhere, but I will give you a chance to respond right here. Do you think it was discipline that cost you the chance to win the title?
It depends on how you define discipline. See, I think that's a word that us as black people we use so much in so many different ways that anytime something don't go right, it's always called back to discipline. And anytime you do win, it's because you got discipline. But a lot of times you can really win without discipline. A lot of times you can lose with some discipline. So you got to really speak on the exact instances that you're saying that we lost discipline.
Go ahead, Pastor.
Okay. When I mentioned that, I mentioned the for me it's personal foul penalties. That's what I was seeing, and that's why I mentioned one in particular, and I'm calling him out. But your old line and your other old lineman were trying to corral him because he was upset.
Yeah.
So that cost you 15 yards. You see what I'm saying? So that's what I was talking about discipline. I'm not talking about in the heat of the game. I'm talking about just things that I know you get on to them about in practice when you see that. It's like you got to stay cool. We know if somebody is doing a cheap shot, it's a way that you as a coach, you'll let them refs know, because I've seen you on the sideline do it. You'll let them know to look out for it. But when a player tries to take it into their own hands and in a championship game like that, that's what I was talking about discipline. I'm not talking about, if you do a hit and the referee say, you hit a defensive player, those kind of stuff, that's in the heat of the game. But I'm talking about those type of personal fouls to where he was upset because the D lineman was kind of chipping him and he got upset and y'all were kind of had the momentum and that penalty set, that 15-yard penalty. I don't know. I've never been like a head coach like that, but I don't know too many 16-yard plays that you have just off the top of the dome. You see what I'm saying? When you're trying to do a drive like that. So that's what I was referring to, Coach.
Yeah. I mean, like really, when I go back and look at the game, I don't really call it like what some people call discipline. I don't really call it. I see not just with our people, but with my kids, I call it on some things you got to have emotional control. And emotional control don't mean what I'm saying is J-Mac punched me during the game. The ref don't see J-Mac punch me. I punch J-Mac back. That's an emotional control issue right
Right.
there. But that relates to off the field shit way before it get on the field. The police pull me over. I don't feel like they had the right to pull me over. I go fucking ape crazy. They shoot my ass. Everybody crying. But the problem is I didn't have no emotional control. So what our biggest thing with our kids in that game was they understood the importance of the game and they were too emotional during the game and lost some emotional control in certain parts throughout the game. But, unless you've been in this situation and you kind of feel like the weight of the world is on your shoulders, a lot of people don't really understand, probably what them kids were feeling because they were just too emotional. And I wish if there was something, I wish we somehow could have took some of the emotion out. But I think if you've been in soccer playing there 4 years and you done went to the state championship game every year and you walk out that tunnel year 4 when you're a senior, like, can't nobody tell you how that shit feel. Ain't too many people know how that feel for the 4th time. And this the last time I'm walking out this tunnel in my life. So, a lot of stuff is we got to get kids to be better with emotional control because and it can't be, you got to be calm down for 5 minutes and let's talk about it and think about it. That shit ain't gonna work in real life neither. Cause they ain't gonna be that got shot or went back to a party talking shit to somebody and they gonna unleash on your ass. So I try to get them to understand emotional control within the situation. And there was some times in that game where we did what we was talking about on the headsets that we gotta calm them down. But when that shit and then the game don't start the way you want to start, everybody kind of get a little jittery. And, like I try to tell them, if I ain't panicked, you don't panic, but kids is kids. And even grown men is grown men. But, at the end of the day, I thought we settled down. I thought that our mistakes kept them in the game. And our inability to finish the game allowed them to win the game. So it was our sock shit. And
I
that's
agree.
and so if you take anything out of this, what I would take from the last 2 years, a lot of shit is debatable. You can debate the holding calls, you can debate this, you can debate that. The one thing that I have to say, if I'm being honest with myself, we had the ball 2 years in a row with a chance to win the state championship, and we didn't get it done. At the end of the day, that's the last common denominator. Because if somebody tell you going to the year, You gonna have the ball to finish the game with a chance to win a state championship. And all you gotta do is put it in the end zone. Everybody gonna take them options. We didn't get it done, so we got to figure out a way to get that ball in the end zone with the game on the line. And it's week 16 where we find out. That's the hard part.
Right.
No, that I think the other hard part is that you have to start over with another quarterback too. So it's just like I know
But that
every
ain't
year.
hard though.
You don't think so?
Heck no. Like I'm saying, like that's not as hard though, Boteezy. Like it's hard if you replacing Kyler Murray. It's hard, like you know, when you replacing guys like that, when you talking about the leader of the elitists. But when you talking about guys that's been just great system guys that just understand what to do with the ball, when to get it out, when to do this, we're in a system where you just ain't overly relied on one quarterback. You know, because even when Kev was there, we just didn't over rely on him. It got to a point where he got us out of some things. But it just wasn't a system where it was just like, just go throw the ball and Kev, just go whip this shit around 40, 50 times. It still wasn't that. So the system is going to be the system. We're going to be able to block your ass up front. We got to get some receivers that want to be alpha dogs. We're going to be able to run the ball. We got to be better executing in the run. We got to be more timely and more efficient in the passing game. And we got to continue to play South Oak Cliff defense and don't let special teams hurt us.
Let me ask you this: the quarterback, and I don't know who's next. We have to come through there and see who's next. But does he have that special gene? Because you just mentioned that, hey, we got system quarterbacks that working well.
Jennings wasn't no system quarterback. I interrupt, but Jennings wasn't no system quarterback.
But sometimes, I mean, to a certain extent. But what I'm saying is, a quarterback that just got that extra gear that when stuff look like it's going to hell in a handbasket, he gonna pull off a 30-yard run on you or something like that.
Right, yeah.
No. We don't got that guy. You know, ain't nobody shown to be that guy outside Oak Cliff yet. And, you know, it ain't a lot of them guys nowhere. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, for us to be successful, that's what I'm saying. We can allow kids to grow up. And I think that's one of the things people laugh at our district schedule, but it's a lot of growing that we actually do in them 7 weeks that we playing district games that a lot of people ain't afforded the opportunity to do. And then you got to realize, so we start out that, you know, and they go back to what I was telling y'all when we talking about the scheduling. You throw them in the fire, but then you get 7 to 8 weeks to goddamn to build them up after you done threw them to the wolves.
Right.
Most teams can't do that, and I think that's why we do that when we talk about the teams we play against. When you talk about teams like Duncanville and North Shore, 2 different styles of systems, but they both gonna be known for defense, and they both gonna be like in your face and gonna be aggressive type of teams.
I think that speaks to the coaching, because you're not rolling out a bunch of, just rolling out a bunch of 4 and 5 stars or whatever, man. Y'all take whatever y'all get and y'all mold them, they become.
Yeah, and that's the part a lot of people don't really understand neither. Yeah, have we had a couple of players that we knew were gonna be them type of players? Yeah, we have had a couple like that, but we ain't had a team or a squad of them. You know, we got Brian Swanson now. If you watch Brian Swanson as a freshman, and you like, hey, if he continued to progress, he's a first round draft pick one day. You know what I'm saying? As long as he keep his head on straight. But does he got all the tangible tools that anybody in the country looking for right now? Hell yeah, he do. Do he still got some stuff to work on? Yes, he does. But he got all the potential to be a first round pick in the NFL draft in the next 3 to 4 years. He got that already. So our job just ain't so much just to sit back and say, "Oh, we got Brian Swanson." We developed him to be prepared to play in college, and then also helping other guys be recruited because everybody gonna want to see him. But we may got a 6'1" offensive lineman that's damn good too. But maybe he just, maybe he just ain't as tall. He ain't 6'5", 6'6", 300. So he might be 280, 6'1". But that kid, because of playing next to Brian, gonna benefit because it's gonna be another school that's gonna want to come, Yeah, he ain't the big boy, but we like him too, though. So, it's all about some tag team shit. The same way it was with Manning. Manning was highly recruited. The other secondary kids back there with him wasn't no high recruits like Manny. But when other people came, they saw them other kids too. And now pretty much all them kids playing somewhere.
That's true.
Yeah, that's dope. Hey, Cole, I gotta ask you. Do you got something, B-Rise? I saw you trying to say something.
Oh yeah, I want to ask you, Coach. Hey, you got the OC situation squared away yet?
It ain't squared away, but it got a circle on
it. Oh, you promoting from within, or you going outside?
I don't even want to feel like answering that on
You just accused you of going south a while ago. Great question.
No, but I'm saying, but the thing you got to realize with South Oak Cliff, once you built it to where we've built it to, the ship gonna, it's gonna keep turning and churning. What we got to do is we just got to make sure little areas that we need to get better at, that we insert them chips in them little areas to be better when the time comes. Because we can be a lot better. Like people really don't understand this. Like, we got some growth that we really can do. Like, if I'm able to pull off probably my next 3 hires of what I want to do, like we could be, we'll be way better than what we've been. Because it'll be about adding some people and we'll be way better. I really believe that.
Biotti said he got you, man. Go ahead and bring him over as OC.
Yeah, bring some clip. Bring me out.
I tell you, Biotti said he got to bring that tradition of them dogs throwing that ball around over there too. but
if he could bring DJ Bailey with him, huh?
But J Mac, that's the real, like we to a point now where we stay within, but I got key pieces that I really want. And like that's gonna get it done. I think we finna be way better though. Like what people don't realize.
I mean, there's always room for growth. Especially there.
In championship.
Yeah, especially there. Ain't no doubt about it. We like to welcome our late colleague. He's super late, super tardy. He don't have a clock in the whole house. Hey, what's going on, Coach Carl?
Hello, J-Mac. How are you doing today? And distinguished guest, Coach Todd. Happy Black History Month to you. You are Black History Month.
But Will, like on the real, tell them, like me and Will doing the playoff, like me and Will, like early in the week, we'll sit up, just be chopping on the phone, where he'll be bouncing stuff off each other's brains, though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Hey, listen, man, I always tell people, man, whenever I get an opportunity to talk about that experience, man, it was one of the most amazing experiences. And it's always good to be around people, man, who are like-minded and to be able to talk ball. You know what I mean? And don't be intimidated. You know what I mean? It's just a wonderful feeling, man, to be able to learn and still learn. For me specifically, I just enjoyed the opportunity. So
I guess y'all didn't talk about kickoff coverage and punt coverage, huh?
Well, so J-Mac, no, we did not. But then I listen. Then I go back to this. And I say this when you said that the first time. It was nothing that was alarming about special teams before that game. You know what I'm saying? And maybe I just didn't pay attention to it enough, but it wasn't anything that gave you concern or pause. If anything, they were kicking field goals, they were returning punts. You know what I mean? They was pinning the offenses deep. You know, so it's a lot of good things.
I gotta stop. And the only reason I said that, Willow, because I know how much you always talk about special teams.
I do.
Because he always, I swear, if you watch a game with Coach Carr, I promise you the first thing come out of his mouth gonna be special teams. But Alonzo.
Yes, sir.
Talk to us about Randall Track program. How good was that relay team?
They got some horses, and they're going to be even better this coming spring. And that's where the difference lies to me, is getting these young men, especially in your skill positions, getting them out there on that track. And I see Coach Still Will has on that gear from that 817 gear, if I'm not mistaken. You know, I don't have my goggles on, my specs, but isn't that 817 gear?
Boy, that's a nice jacket too, boy.
Yeah, 817.
And so Randall and 817 was the same way because their skill position players, that was that 4x1 and 4x2. So speed kills. So anybody, I will never knock 7-on-7, but pull some of them boys to the side and tell them, hey, we need you out here on that oval for a little bit. Then you can go back over there to 7-on-7. So
I bet you a lot of them playing both though, Alonzo. What do you think?
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. But you got some coaches that'll tell them, no, we need you over here at this 7-on-7. We don't need you on that oval. And you seeing the difference on these schools that are out there burning that oval and out there doing those jumps. I see a lot of especially your safeties. I see a lot of safeties in the horizontal pit where I'm officiating. They out there doing that long jump and triple jump because you want to get that ball at its highest point. So, Randall, like I say, watch these teams this spring. I'll be putting little nuggets in there. And I know it's primarily a football group, but I'm going to put little nuggets in there. And you'll start to see these athletes. So when they transition over into the fall, you're going to see the difference out there on that football field. Huge difference. But yeah, Randall they got some horses.
So every player that scored for Randall was on that relay team.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, they are.
Yep.
Listen. That when you saw it, Randall had speed. It was undeniable. You could see it. Like it was obvious, right? But I always go back to this though. Soccer has always been an exception to the rule. You know what I mean? Majority of your predominantly really good track teams have really good football teams. If you look at them, if you look at North Shore, Anacostia, DeSoto, Duncanville, Randall, for an example, you know what I mean? They have exceptional track teams. That's what to me makes what Sock does that more amazing. Todd hasn't been able to have those quality of sprinters out there. But those kids are still going to college, still doing their thing when they get into college, still performing. You know what I mean? So it's like we was having this conversation. I don't know who I was having it with, but it was this past weekend, and we literally was just having it. And I had the same conversation with Todd. When JT touched that ball, there was a difference between him and everybody else on that field.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like it was a clear and obvious difference. Sock has two really good running backs, and they both went the distance respectively. It's just that there's a difference when you have that level of talent and athletic ability, and on top of it with speed, that makes those guys like this. And Sock hasn't had one. You know, and I don't know if track is the reason why. I don't know if they just don't have the speed. Why? I don't think it has bothered them to the point to where it becomes detrimental. But like
not D2 because
right.
The most teams that got track speed don't have the trenches to fool with.
Correct.
So I think it's the first time they was actually able to hang in there. I ain't gonna say that because they didn't win the trenches. I'm just saying they was able to hang in there for the skill guys to kind of make a move on that part.
Right.
But that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, go ahead.
But our schools y'all just listed do have trench play too, really. If you just go off the list of schools you just said. I think there's some kind of misconception about track. It's a misconception. If you go back and trace the high school teams that are fast, was the same kids fast 4 years ago before high school? And show me, and also you had to show me documentation of has anybody gotten to high school and then became an exceptional runner? I ain't talking about this improvement. So people start talking about running, they start talking about the coordinator. When the coordinator been fast, fuck man.
Hey, Ty, you kind of break it up, man. You not on what you usually on? It sound real bad.
Let me try to lock back in.
Okay, yeah, go out and come back in. Yeah, it was breaking up pretty bad.
I know what Coach Todd was going, but as you progress though, because those kids could have been fast, in middle school, could even been fast in elementary school. But as you progress and you get to high school, some of your slower blossomers, they start to, I don't know if that's a word, but it is now because I said it. But if they start to blossom late, so then as they start getting faster, you'll have some of them young men that were fast in middle school and then they become average in high school because they don't keep it up. Now the difference with Coach Todd and everybody else, and I know he probably gonna jump on because I know he's listening, is Coach Todd has a poser on his staff that is posing as a defensive coordinator, but he's a track coach. Now I'll put it out there. He knows his family goes way back since the days of red light, green light, coaching track. He is a track man pretending to be a DC. Therein lies the difference between Sock and everybody else.
He needs to be the head.
I didn't say his name, but he know because he gonna come out like Beetlejuice.
If I say his name, Cal Ward, get your ass to the track and coach track, damn it. Your sire ass, get your ass over there and coach that doggone track. I said it.
But that's a real question though. It's like people talk about Atascocita, but was them kids fast 5 years before they got to Atascocita?
Yeah, I think you fast. Like,
and so that's what I'm saying. So I'm saying,
you just fast.
The fast kids normally may go to a school. We haven't got any kid that will be considered the fast kid coming out of middle school. And none of this really has changed once they got to high school. The fast ones have still been the fast ones 4 years later. Now, you may get somebody that pop up out of nowhere here or there like Keelan Russell did in the 400 and shit like that. But that shit don't happen often.
No.
Yeah, but coach, they develop though. You still gotta because you think about it, if a kid is running, let's say freshman year, and he's running 10-7 freshman year, and then by the time he gets to his junior year, he's 10-3. It may not seem like a lot when you're looking at it on paper, looking at the clock, but that's a huge difference, especially when it comes to separation on the football field. That 4/10 of a second is huge.
But that's what I'm saying, though. You give us that 10-7, he the fastest player in soccer. I don't give a damn what grade he in.
But coach, you missed it. You missed it when I was talking about your pose in DC that he's a track coach. So y'all are doing speed development with Coach Ward. He just don't want to admit it. He's on the gridiron and he need to kind of transition that to the oval. And you go for a little bit, just loan him out to the track program for a little bit, and you're gonna see the difference on the gridiron. I guarantee you.
But
that man got.
I hear what you're saying though. But I'm saying y'all assumptions, the assumptions are and the observations are normally made on getting the kid that comes in ninth grade at South Oak Cliff. That's a 10-7. We ain't got no 10-7 at South Oak Cliff in no grade. All grad students are not there. So what I'm saying is, so let's say you come in the soccer and you're a 12-2 and somebody gets you down to an 11-3.
Right.
Ain't nobody still talking about you running fast. They just saying, yeah, you developed a little bit, but you still slow as hell.
But you have good team speed though.
Tom, I got a question for you, coach. Hold
on, B-Rod, real quick. I want to give a shout out to Alicia. Shout out to Alicia out there. I think she at Rockwall Heath. Shout out to Alicia, man. We appreciate you for listening. You know what I'm saying? First time. Salute Alicia, man. Salute Alicia. We appreciate you.
Thank you.
Go ahead, B-Rod.
Yeah, good job, Alicia.
All right, but Tom, this is my question to you, Tom. Okay, on a 5A,
we gonna fire Todd. Todd ain't coming back.
Is Sock above average on team speed on 5A Division 2? level?
No. No, I don't think we're above average on team speed on 5A Division II. I wouldn't say that. Nah.
Okay.
I'm gonna get okay. I'm gonna give you an example, Coach Todd. I'm gonna say this. Let's just do. If I could do a hypothetical, and
Yeah.
if I had a magic wand and I could just temporarily move y'all into a different district, you'll see the difference. If I can move y'all into the district that Melissa, Anna, Emerson, and all of them are in, y'all gonna win district. If I could move y'all into the district with Argyle, y'all gonna win district. See, what it is you're comparing Dallas speed and you're not looking at the other districts. If you compare these numbers, because that's what I do, I match these numbers. You match those numbers, and I guarantee you, I will see you at the regional meet at UNT. If I could switch y'all to some of these districts.
But
you got the speed.
Lonzo. Like, are we talking about donkeys or are we talking about goddamn thoroughbreds?
We talking about thoroughbreds.
Because ain't no thoroughbreds in Dallas.
Alonzo, we done been a game. Like, we done been to game in a rubber. We done been a 5A. I mean, teams the same the conference. This is my opinion. Seguin got faster. I think Seguin team speed is better than Stock. I think Breeze too. But I mean,
you can take them and move them into those, and you can take Seguin and move them into these other districts too. I see these. I'm out here on the oval. I see these young men.
Seguin did make it a state.
Yeah, I mean
that's what I'm saying.
But I think what y'all I think where it get lost in translation is the kids that normally that y'all normally keep talking about dealing with track are kids that have always been track kids. It hasn't been very exceptional where a kid wasn't a track kid. Oh, he just ran some track. All them kids come from summer track backgrounds, which starts long before they get to high school. So it's hard to take a kid once he get to high school and now you finna make him be really dedicated in no summer track shit unless he exceptionally fast and they just gonna put him because they gonna need him to be on the relays.
Well, Coach, now you're gonna get me in trouble because the same thing happens when Pat Bottizi is out there refereeing them games, and y'all are out there watching these little league games, right? On Saturdays and early Sunday mornings, and you got a baller, and then he goes to a particular high school and he poops the bed. That gets back to coaching. You see what I'm saying? Because I know y'all seen some of those young men. You be like, man, they were balling out, in little league, and then also they get to high school and they don't know how to play. So it's the same thing with the track. If you got the coaches,
no, it's not the same. It's not the same.
It is the same, coach.
It's not. It's not. And here's why. Here's why. There are a lot of factors that makes a kid really good in little league. Like there are some dudes that you see that you be like, yo, that dude gonna be nice. Like it's like when I saw Black Jesus, and I'm sure anybody saw Black Jesus playing little league football, they all knew that dude was gonna be special because he already had high speed and size, and those are critical. And when you're talking about being able to translate moving, he already big enough, he's already fast enough, he's already tall enough. Those things already translate. Then there you get the guys who are not very big or are not very fast, but they just good football players, or they just may be bigger than everybody else, but they're not very fast. You know what I'm saying? Like there's levels to that, and it's just like in track. And I remember a guy named Eric Thomas who went to Kimball High School. Nobody knew that ET was going to be fast. The dude in middle school was Bird. Bird was running 10-9 in middle school. Went to Brown. And nobody knew who ET was. But when ET got to Kimball, his freshman year in high school, he ran a 10-5 and beat Donnie Marshall in the Texas Relays his freshman year in high school. Mm-hmm. So there are guys who are just may not be running track, They don't run summer track. So when they do decide to run track for whatever reason, you're like, oh my God, that dude is fast. Like he's really fast. Like I can give you another example. Howard Shepard. When I was coaching Little League football, Howard, when we run these laps, Howard would always win. And I had to pull Howard to the side. My little cousin, I say, hey, Howard, man, you don't need to be playing football. You need to be running track. His freshman year at Lancaster, he won the 800 in state.
He went to Skyline, man.
His freshman year, he went to Skyline and won the 800 in state. And then he transferred to Lancaster. So there are guys that you just don't know, okay, that they exist. And then all of a sudden they get to high school and they decide to want to do extracurricular activities. And you're like, oh, snap, this dude can go. As opposed to kids who've been growing all the way. You knew when we ran summer track, Alonzo, this dude was fast. As long as he kept running summer track and ran at a good high school, you knew he was going to keep getting faster. You stop being fast when you stop running. Right? So there are a lot of kids who don't develop along the way because they stop doing the things that they was doing. And therefore their development stops. So it goes both ways. I seen kids who was just bigger and everybody like, oh, he a dog. And then when he gets to high school, you be like, dude, this dude is terrible. You know what I'm saying? Then you see dudes that you didn't know was a baller. And all of a sudden he started playing and people started looking like the kid, the receiver at Crowley.
That's what I was going to say. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's development along the way, but the one common denominator is that kid still active? Is that kid still being developed? Is he still playing regardless of what it is? And that determines whether the kid going to be successful in high school.
Okay. Hey, I don't want to cut this conversation short. I wanted to step on another one real quick.
I roll.
We had on 2027 wide receiver. Pat had on Booby, right? 2027 wide receiver, 5-star, up 10,000 offers. I just want to know, because that class got a lot of good wide receivers, right? I want to know, man, who is going to be the one to actually, because it's a lot of comparison to like the Corians and Quentin Gibson and all that, but I feel like it's not a fair comparison until you're able to actually dominate games, take over games. You know what I'm saying? I ain't get a chance to say that Wednesday, but I'm gonna say it now because it's Sunday. So what I'm saying is I can't crown nobody the next DeCorian or even Dalen Singleton or Quentin Gibson until you're able to and that don't just go for Booby because I'm a Booby fan, but that go for our guy Tate, right? Tate got to dominate. Like, I want to know which one of these receivers in 2027 is gonna actually do that. Which one are we gonna see take over?
Well,
that's only the one with the better quarterback. I mean,
man, I was about to say that, man. I was about to say that, man. Like, God dang, we haven't got the quarterback. But two,
got the better quarterback.
But first of all, J Mac, though, Tay did it as a freshman already. He's, you know what I'm saying? Like his, you got to think about Tay Rise, right? And what he meant.
One receiver, but I don't know if he.
Well, think about it like this:
his performance on the DeCorian level,
well, I would say Dalen Singleton, and here's why. I don't think there's going to be another DeCorian unless somebody pop out and run it 10-2s, 10 whatever. Like he just, you know what I'm saying? Like they just ain't gonna come around all the time. But with Tay though, the reason why I say with Tay because Tay did something. He went to 6A football. He was the best wide receiver on the field. He's the best playmaker on the field as a freshman in a program that wasn't winning the game that turned around and went to the playoffs. He followed that up by going 3 rounds deep in the playoffs and still being the number one playmaker on that team. You know what I'm saying? So for him right now, given what he's done, given the level that he's done it on, and how early he started doing it, that's the only reason why I say that.
Okay, so you would put that on the, and I agree with that. I can put it on the thing, even though I thought Singleton did it in wins, in big wins. Like,
but Singleton had a quarterback though.
Well, I mean, look, man, football.
No, you're right. You're right.
And I think you got to
can't keep making excuses for everybody.
Yeah, but like I think you got to consider like okay, what are we classifying as taking over a game? I mean, if somebody catch a bunch of vertical balls, is that make you colder than the person who may catch stops and make 5 people miss? You know, like that. That's what I'm saying. When we start talking about,
if you watch the games, you know who take it over. When I say Singleton took over game, he did that on a lot of returns.
Well, I think that's what I say. He took over games in special teams.
Yeah,
yeah, but that's not the same as taking it over as a receiver.
Well, even a receiver, playmaker, because everybody we talk about pretty much plays special teams.
Yeah, but everybody may not necessarily be the returner. Some people skill, like okay, like you done named a couple receivers right now. So let's say Dalen going forward is never gonna be no number one option at receiver, but he may be a 3-4 option at receiver, but he may be a All-American fucking punt kick returner. Then another kid may be a number one option at receiver, but man ain't gonna never be no punt returner, kick returner. You know what I'm saying? So I think,
because that's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about that dude. I ain't talking about just somebody that just
but that's
we
what
were talking about that dude. We were talking about that dude. We were talking about that dude that dominate games, that take over games. Go ahead, Pat. I see you ready to say something.
Yeah, I'm about to say with Booby, I think the opportunity is here for him to take over and do that because he's the man now. There's nobody else with him. And hell, he had 13 touchdowns with a quarterback that everybody considered not to be, what DeSoto normally rolls out. 13 touchdowns.
You were the quarterback on P4 school.
Right.
So don't tell me he ain't had no quarterback.
Like, okay, so J-Mac, so I'm saying based on what you using for this particular debate segment, I don't think DeCorin is the right dude to name as the most doggish receiver when you just talking about just making plays.
Well, when I say take over games, I don't think
I'm talking about take over games. To me, Junior would rank above that.
Well, I mean, you can throw Junior in there too.
But that's what I'm saying. So now I'm saying Junior did punt return, kick return, went to quarterback, ran a jet sweep, caught vertical balls, and caught bubbles and caught short passes.
But what I'm saying is people don't use Junior, which I agree they should, but people not saying Junior name when they talk about the next big receiver, right? Everybody, what name do you hear when people talking about who the next star gonna be? I mean, I'm just trying to keep it.
No, I get you. But what I'm saying is, how do you, when you start saying, how do you use him in the qualifications of some of these rankings? Like I ain't talking about rankings, because fuck these rankings to me. But just in how you slotting them.
Well, yeah, I'm just saying, like, who is gonna be the next one? That's what I'm asking y'all. Who in that class?
Like, we can't answer that shit.
Why you can't? Y'all didn't watch
kid. Man, you gotta let a kid develop and prove who he is.
Well,
that's the problem we got now.
Right now.
Man, that's the problem we got now. Everybody want to make somebody a 5-star. Let the motherfucker be a 5-star, and then let's talk about a 5-star.
Nobody talked about Gibson. Nobody talked about Gibson at this time last year, but we caught up to it.
I know, so I'm saying now let him go out and ball this year. Let's not try to place nothing on the kid.
Yeah, but Todd, it's February 1st, and I need a reason to come on this motherfucker. So we're gonna talk about something.
We
gonna talk about something.
But I'm saying when you start talking about who the dog gonna be, I think that shit gonna play itself out. I don't think conversation don't answer that question.
So y'all see me do a show once a month during the off season, you'll know. Because there ain't shit else to talk about.
We'll get some fill-in hosts then, since you want to be negative.
But let me, is Tate, is he a 5-star? Is he a 5-star too?
Well, Tate not a 5-star. He's a 4.
Now,
for right now.
I mean, based on production top, I mean, we don't been a game where this kid is a freshman getting double coverage. And like I said, we don't seen them change games, like, but I think for production wise, he has been more productive. But if we talk about 7-on-7 scene, I mean, that's this. Are they getting these stars off like 7-on-7, or is it more so game production?
Man, I don't know. I think it's off the machine.
He should be a boss, in my opinion.
I promise you, it's 7-on-7. All them ranking services at the 7-on-7 games.
They are.
Yeah, I think it plays a part. But until you pull on that film and you doing it when it's live, them pads on Jack, 7-on-7 don't mean nothing.
It means something to the receivers because they show getting stars even before.
All right, Pat, again, and you turn on film, and that same receiver who getting these stars can't get off a jam, and he getting handled, and his stats don't match and show up when it matters the most. He ain't getting them stars. Yeah, like you still got to play football now.
Right.
That's a projection game for sure.
But it was like I said, he's the number one receiver as a freshman on his team going for 4 years ago.
Before they hit the varsity field, so
right.
Yeah.
I think you got to see. First of all, sometimes it's easy to pop out on the scene, but it may not be able to handle the success. So I'm saying a lot of that shit, you got to like a lot of people put a lot of shit on these kids, man. Shit, you got to let these kids figure out who their kids is.
Yeah, that's like Quentin Gibson. To me, he a 5-star. I don't care what nobody say. They ain't got to get a kid.
No, he ain't.
No.
There you go.
No, Todd. He is not a 5-star on paper. Whatever the ranking system say he is. No, he's not. I'm saying to me, that kid literally, whatever field he stepped on, whatever situation was going on, he showed up when they needed him the most.
But this my point, this all I'm saying. Well, I'm not disputing that. My thing is, the kid had a phenomenal year. Probably one of the best receiving years of the generational. Like, it was phenomenal. At every place, that don't mean he had the same year because he may not have been viewed the same at other spots. Now, when you start talking about he a 5-star, no, he's not a 5-star, Will.
I'm saying his production says otherwise.
5-star has never been a production-based award.
And I understand that. That's what I'm saying. I understand that. Like, I understand it's about size, projections. It's about all this other things that go into it.
Yeah,
I totally get it.
Ability to supposedly be able to reach the NFL level and how you translate when you're there.
Correct. I'm saying if we're just talking about football, about production, about what this man was able to do coming out of nowhere. Nobody knew him. He was a backup quarterback. To be able to do what he did from game 1 to game 16, he stepped on that field and went toe to toe.
Is that harder than to do it for 4 years in a row?
I think it's all hard. You know how it is. Yeah.
But I'm saying, is it easier normally to pop on the scene or stay on the scene?
Oh, it's harder to stay on the scene. You know that more than anybody.
And so that's what I'm saying. It's like the same question when people start naming their quarterbacks. If you saying just based on a 1 year and you really ain't picking a quarterback, I get what people say Will Cole. But if it's like nobody's picking Will Cole, I don't give a damn what year he had if the other options was Kyler Murray and fucking Matthew Stafford.
No, you're exactly right. No, you're not.
So, but he had a great year. But that ain't like he ain't really in the quarterback conversation.
Yeah, because he's not. Well, he need to go in the athlete conversation because he's not going to go to quarterback to play He's not gonna go to college to play quarterback. But Quentin Gibson is absolutely going to college to play receiver.
Now he is.
So I think for him, which to me is an exception, because he was still National Player of the Year. You know what I mean? So his accolades goes with his production. You know what I mean? Yeah. And then he goes to the Under Armour game and show out and act a fool there. So I think as long as he he's one of those dudes, man, that when that light comes on, he just got to keep playing. Yeah. He just got to keep playing. Yeah.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. But a lot of people be caught up in, I ain't got no stars, but sometimes it's better just to be a fucking football player.
Man, it is like.
But people don't value that shit about just being a fucking football player. I like damn all that star shit.
Man, yeah, because listen, man, football players, it's gonna always be a place for them.
Well, now that star stuff is equal to NIL. So yeah,
Hey man, okay. Tell me this: when you say NIL, like I'm just tell you what tired of this bullshit too.
I'm gonna tell you what
ain't no high school player in Dallas, Texas that I personally in my mind make me want to go buy some draws because they weren't.
Well, I gotta correct you because Lee Fisher just said he got 7, 8 ready.
I'm not saying you don't have them, but you got to realize, like, what I'm saying is normally how the NIL became based is that collective.
Well, it's the collective, but people just say NIL just to be saying it. But I mean, you know, that's semantics.
But I'm saying, but them two big, separate different things, different entities.
Yeah,
NIL
but I mean,
is normally where your name, image, and likeness people want it because other people gonna flock to it too. You know what I'm saying? Like, Deion tennis shoes.
I mean, you know, people just say NIL, but they're not saying like. I mean, let's just be honest. We just talking about the bag. That's what we talking about.
Yeah.
When people say NIL, they just talking about the bag. Nobody really saying. Nobody's saying like, you know. Now I guess the Manning kid can say it because he got $20 million from. Soon as Quinn Ewers declared for the draft, he got $20 million. Just like that off of NIL. Now that you can say that.
What I'm saying is this: when you talk about most of these kids, most of the kids, 99% of the kids in the state of Texas have no fucking value for their name, image, and likeness. Honestly. Do they have value as a player where a particular school of boosters want to pay money for them to play there? Yes. And I think like we need to make that shit be known and stop just be saying like NIL and all this other shit. Man, motherfucker boosters.
NIL just a lazy way to say it. Ain't nobody finna be saying, oh man, but he finna go kick. Everybody just talk about the bag. That's what it's all about. Yeah, we know it's coming from the collective. We know it's coming from the school. I'd be glad when they finally just make it to where the school, the kids are just employees, and you can just say they getting paid.
Then they just pass something where kids and you can get it or something like that. I swear I just read something about that.
Yeah, it's getting to that point. It's getting to the point we're gonna be profit sharing and all that. But that's what I'm saying. It just needs to be to where we could just say they getting paid. People just using NIL as in. It's almost like a slang term now. It ain't really a scientific definition.
But this is my problem with the whole situation. You paying somebody that ain't played at the college level a lot of times more than the person who done played at the college level. Like, and that's where the whole concept is fucked up.
Hey, that's how the NFL was until they got a salary cap.
So it's funny you say that, Todd. It's funny you say that. So it was very interesting. I was watching. I don't know. Maybe I've seen it. It was an interview that Michael Jordan had with Oprah Winfrey, and it was Charles Barkley. Yeah. And they was talking about the exact same thing. You know what I mean? Like Jordan thing was that these kids are getting paid off their potential and they haven't done anything. They haven't earned it, right? So like the kid that's in college right now, that's getting up every morning, that's going to work, that's been there slaving. And because let's be honest, that's the kid that's gonna make you a winner or a loser. It ain't gonna be the new kid coming in. You know what I mean? It's gonna be the majority of the kids that's been there, that's your fourth and fifth year seniors who've been putting in that work year over year. But because they're not the name brand, because they're not the big name player, they're not gonna get that same type of respect. You can look at the University of Michigan and they paying this Underwood kid $12 million, right? But then you got quarterbacks that's been there, but because you're not performing at that high level, or because you're not from Michigan, or because you don't have that 5-star ranking, you're not going to get that money. You got to go out there and earn that money by your performance on the field, which I feel is the only way to do it. But unfortunately, you get paid off potential and say, man, you know, it is what it is.
But this is the problem, and what when you look at it with a bigger lens on, it's gonna be a drug problem and a mental health problem in the country because of a lot of this shit. Because you got to realize, J Mac, take yourself as an 18-year-old. You finna go to college. You're gonna be treated the best way you're gonna ever be treated in life. Even if you make it to the league, you will not be treated better than what you're gonna be treated in college.
That's true.
Never.
Now, once you get into the real world, and let's just say you're a cold, let's just say, Will, I want you to come to Michigan. I want to give you $500,000 a year to come to Michigan. Let's say Will got a mama with some good sense, school teacher. She know how to manage money and do this shit, so she set up Will shit to save and manage money. But now let's talk about the situation where you got people that don't know how to manage shit. So then in 4 years, Will been used to making $500,000 every year. When that shit over, what the fuck is Will gonna do to make that type of money? Then how's Will gonna take it? Somebody be like, hey, I'm only gonna pay you $75,000 for a job.
Yeah.
So what we need to be thinking about is how these kids is really finna be fucked up in the future because they done experienced such a great life, and a lot of them ain't gonna even make it to 4 years because most of them gonna get their ass cut off because now you're getting paid to play. So your ass ain't producing, it's tear your ass after year one.
Yes.
Now what we gonna be left with? A bunch of it's gonna be just like going through the Great Depression again around this motherfucker.
Well, think about it like this, though, Todd. Think about it like this. Think about these little league kids. Because I always go back to this. Think about ranking little league kids. The 7, 8-year-old, the 9-year-old. My son is the number one sixth grader in the country. How you know? Have you seen every sixth grader? And then on top of that, they're gonna be upset when their son is not the same kid 2 years later, 3 years later, going into high school, and everybody done passed him up. How's that kid gonna handle that situation? It's the same type of thing that you're talking about. Is once we start categorizing people, start labeling people, they have to deal with the emotional backlash of not fulfilling that talent.
Yeah.
And then
you get $500,000 and you fuck it all off, and you got to come back, and everybody gonna be like, man, they fucked out $500,000. A lot of motherfuckers had to do play football and shit. Imagine that shit. Now drugs gonna be off the chain.
All right, what's the alternative though? Because the kids have been Johnny Manziel, for example, would have made millions upon millions in college, but they was making millions off his name, image, and likeness. This is what this all comes down to. I feel like hell, if that's the only time they're gonna have that great earning potential.
Well, not Johnny. I mean, guys, okay, time out.
Yeah.
What we're talking about is the kid that's not good enough to go to the league.
No, that's
what we're talking about.
I'm about to say. So, all right, so let them make that money because my example is gonna be like most of them are gonna go to the league anyway. So hell, now we're trying to say don't let the kids make the money because they're gonna get screwed up in the head. They screwed up in the head.
That's not what I said. I said giving an uneducated fool and a bunch of people that's uneducated a bunch of money ain't gonna make nobody no better off. That's what
No.
I'm
I
saying.
get,
My
I,
thing will
I
be
get that.
with I'm a plan for the future. So I'm be like, hey, your deal may be 500 some thousand, but we finna put 300,000. You gonna be able to get when you 30 years old or some shit.
Yeah, I like that,
Yes,
and
yeah,
It's
yeah.
structured like
See,
that.
that's a great example with it.
yeah, that's to me, but that's things that colleges should be offering their kids. Like, hey, we could do this, or we could put your money in a trust. You know what I'm saying? Like, how much do you really need to have every month as a college student, right? Because you still got training table. You know what
But
I
this the
mean?
thing, Will. This the
Like
thing. Like, damn, treating them like the moment you get paid for something, nah, fuck them. Like if it's the real world, we gonna prepare for the real world. And the real world ain't gonna be like, we
yeah,
get no
yeah,
trust in this
yeah.
shit.
I hear you,
Yeah.
Ty. I hear you, Ty. But we still talking about young
No, man, don't nobody
kids.
care no more. Well, like once you
But
get
but
paid money,
I get you. I get you. Once people get paid, it's your responsibility to handle it,
shit over.
right?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
However, there are some places, and if you want to make yourself just that much more attractive, being able to offer those options to me, I think even if it's you hiring people to do that for you, I think that's what you're saying about, because it's no different than Allen Iverson
But
with
I'm saying,
Reebok.
Will, they
I
got the
think it's
option.
then them the options I'm taking, and I think them should be the
But
only options.
what I'm saying is these people, like the amount of money is a large amount. Just think when you went to college. If you came out today, Will you was the top 5 defensive lineman in the country. So imagine the difference like the amount of money you would make in college would supersede. So like right now would be like through the charts. Like
Yeah,
think about how different, but think of your mindset when you went to college at 18, 17 years old.
right, right.
Now, would you probably have a chance because you had some structure behind you and your foundation? Yeah, that's gonna give you a fighting chance. But you ain't listening to no Coach James tell you to save no money when you 18 years old. You finna make $500,000 a year or $1 million a year.
Yeah, and no, you wouldn't, but no, you wouldn't, but that's why you have people around you to make that decision for you. You know what I'm saying? Like because you just don't know. Like shit, we do stupid shit every day, man.
But
You
that's what
know
I'm
what I'm
saying,
saying?
because
And
you would have had trust in your mama, probably. Right around?
well, I would have had trust in people around me. You know what I'm
Nah,
saying?
because
Like
I'm
like
saying,
my yeah, I
but
mean my
what the
mom
people
my
around you told you,
well my
what?
mom my mom didn't know. You know what I'm saying? So that's another thing is because I mean I'm gonna fast forward my situation, even going to the league and dealing with my mom in that situation. There are things that she didn't know. She
Mm-hmm.
didn't know. She didn't know how to manage money, so she wasn't gonna be able to teach me. She may have it in her idea, but she didn't live it in her own personal life.
That's true.
So I would have had to had people around me. I would prefer that my coach at the University of Michigan, like they did, will sit down and say, "Hey, we're going to structure it this way for you."
Hey, but
And
tell me this.
me, all
So
I
what
want to
you
do, all I wanted was enough money to pay my rent, pay me a car note, and buy me some tennis shoes.
Nah, Will, that was your mindset back then. That wouldn't be your mindset coming up in Carter like in today's time. Like you wouldn't be thinking that same shit. No, you wouldn't, Will. You wouldn't
I,
be talking about
I,
no tennis shoes and no goddamn rent.
well, Todd, oddly enough, I do that to this day. I prefer to have me some nice little tennis shoes. I don't overly spend money. You know what I'm saying? Like I like um simple stuff. So I don't necessarily know if I would have ever changed from that. I do know that I would have spent money at an exorbitant amount had I not had people around me to say chill or structure my
Money.
life. And yes,
And so then go
Yes.
to the next point of then you get one of them people like how they hit licks on these kids now, and then they making the kid they taking 20% of the kids' money.
Oh yeah, because they wild. Cause listen, whenever you have an absorbent amount of money, there are going to be crooks and scoundrels. That's just the law of the land. And I say that because and that's why I think it's important for parents. And this is why you look at like Mama Moore and how she doing Decory and going and getting out one of the top lawyers and agents in football to handle her son. I think you have to be, because think about it like this. I'm just going to take it back to recruiting. Nobody has ever went through recruiting until they've been through recruiting.
Yeah.
No parent has been through recruiting until they've been through recruiting. There is no test for it. There is no way to handle things. I remember Bigham, who went to Baylor, and he plays for the Jets now. And I remember when he came to my parents' seminar, and I had Wanuka mom talk the year before, and he came to my lineman camp, and he came back the next year. And I remember he wanted to go to Texas. They was trying to pressure him and going to Texas, and we was like, dude, you need to go where you're gonna be happy because you're the one that got to go to school there. You know what I'm saying? He ended up going to Baylor. It worked out for me, and he playing in the NFL. Well, his mom came back the next year, and she spoke about her whole experience. And I think a lot of times we don't know what to do and how to maneuver because we never been through it. But then you got all these parents who think they know. And then when you try to tell them, it's like, it's too late. You know, you have Todd, dealing with the parents you deal with at SOC when it comes to this recruiting stuff.
Yeah.
You know, they just don't know. They don't know. So it's interesting. I think it's always going to be interesting. I think it's always going to be a topic where you got to understand where we're moving in this landscape because it's changing all the way around. It really is. It's a whole new world out here.
But that's the thing, too. I tell Cass Williams that they don't really understand. I'm saying take the money out of college.
Yeah.
How kids live in college. And you can put the money just on top of it. But just take the money out. Like, it's never in life where they ever live again like they got all them resources they do when you talking about these kids going to some of these top schools. Like, that shit is amazing.
No. They listen, man, these kids right now got it so good. When you go to college, you're in the best shape of your life that you ever been in. You're as sheltered, as protected as you ever could be. And you literally have the best life that you could possibly have. I remember coming home as a freshman, and I would be home for about 2 or 3 days and be like, you know what, man, I'm tired of this, man. I want to go back to school because of the freedom you had. It was just better for you, man.
Lonzo, I'm being honest. When I went to Texas and I went to them schools, you know how Eddie Murphy was walking around on Trey Place?
Yeah.
Like every corner I turned, they were like, "Oh yeah, you know that, that's free." Yeah, I'm just putting shit in my pocket like a goddamn criminal. Like everywhere you turn, it's just something. You like that a lot of like they probably take for granted now, but I just know that when you a kid growing up, you like, man, damn, this shit 24/7.
Yo, it's a culture shock. It happened to me recruiting my daughters for LSU for track and going to that campus. Like you said, that stuff is like, oh, that's free, man. It can be overwhelming. So you think of that, like you say, 17 and 18 experiencing that, man, it can overtake you. And I hope that coaches, and I hope we get a chance to even go deeper into that coaches, high school coaches. I know it's not the same as talking to them, but at least talk to the players to prepare them for that experience. Because, you know, you do have those players that you the big man on campus in high school. Then you try to go to on the collegiate level, and the expectations are the same, but you are amongst the best of all the other athletes at other schools, that a few grades, that's been there a couple of years. So
Yeah.
we don't even really get into that part of it, of having to make that adjustment as being the big fish in a small pond to just being a normal sized fish out here, in a gigantic lake. It's a huge difference.
Yeah, like that's the part that scared me more than anything is when they have to get readjusted to real life, the inability to readjust back to realizing who you are got to be bigger than who you is as a football player.
Mhm.
Take that football shit out the picture. Like, are you fine with being just who you are, whatever your first and last name is? Take away all the other shit. And sometimes that shit hard when people been built up in their neighborhood as the savior and the hero and all this type of shit, and then life don't pan out. You get an injury or some shit. A lot of them kids gonna be depressed, man.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, yeah, I swear I had some good conversations this weekend. I always thought that we need to have a school where, kind of like Townview, we need to have a school like that for athletes. Because from an athletic standpoint, a lot of these kids need to learn more than just the game of football. They got to learn some leadership skills, some business skills, some marketing skills, all those things that's going to help elevate them throughout the course of their career. And a lot of times it may be a situation where they're not just basketball. Not basketball. They may not just be athletic driven, right? So they may want to be a GM. They may want to be a scout. They may want to be a broadcaster or whatever. But we need to be able to take our kids at an early age and start teaching them alternative to the majority, right? If I want to play football and football is what I want to do, okay, that's cool. But let's look at other things around that sport, because football, as well as any other sport, really is a sport that keeps giving. And it keeps giving in a way that if you'll be open to being around it, I may want to be a coach. So for an example, Todd, I coach girls flag football. So what I did was I got some of the players that I know needed help in developing them as players. So I took them and I allowed them to help coach. But what it does is it puts them in a position to where now they start seeing how it helps them learn the position better, but it also helps them be able to communicate. Now they're starting to see it from a coach's standpoint, which eventually will make them a better player and a smarter player. I think that we have to do more than just allow our kids to play sports. We have to be able to develop them holistically because of what you said earlier. We shouldn't be going into a depression. We should be able to transition out of one sport to away from the sport based on doing things that we love to do. Now there are gonna be some kids who just don't want to have anything to do with sports. They got to find their way in what they love to do. But leadership, management, time management, all the things that they need to be successful, not only in sports and life, we need to be able to teach them that in high school. And and we have electives that our kids don't need to be in because it's counterproductive to their growth.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we're gonna write it up, make that sock.
Let's do it. I think we should, man, because let me tell you something, Todd. And I got to share this with you, Alonzo, too, man. I had probably one of my greatest coaching experiences in my whole life, Saturday. Okay. So this is how the day started. I got up, I got to work. I had to go pick up an athlete, bring him to practice. When we got to practice, we started at 8:00 in the morning. When I got there, it was probably about 7:45. My whole team was there, Todd.
Yeah.
The whole team. Okay. We went into the so at 8:00, we went on the chalkboard because I do like a Saturday because I knew I had time. I didn't have my soccer game till like 11:30, so I knew I had about 2 hours, 2.5 hours before I had to do anything else that was school, transition to another sport. So we got on the board, Todd. I drew a pursuit drill. So we're gonna do pursuit drill today. We drew it up, we gave everybody their positions, and I would say, where do you think this person go? They were like, that person go there, that person go there. So we talked about it, we did it both sides, we drew the lines, we talked about it. We got on the field, Todd. We got on the field. When we got on the field, we ran it to the left, to the right. We ran it without the ball carrier. We ran it where they just walked to their cones. We ran it where we jogged to their cones. Then we ran it in real time. Okay? Well, we transitioned that into going to a little scrimmage just to see how we looking. Coach, the backside corner. So I had my cone set up on the side, but they also dubbed as my out of bounds line. My backside corner coach took off, pulled the flag at the last cone. And then when I'm watching all this transform, right? So when I watch, I go, stop. Soon as she put her flag in there, I go, stop. Every person was at their cone in the pursuit drill, not knowing that they was, not running the drill, but they was doing it in real time to the point where the backside corner was at the last cone and pulled the flag.
Yeah.
It was so amazing to watch. You know what I mean? And the one thing, and I say that is because I think a lot of times, like even in our meeting, I don't talk about, we talk about football, but we don't really talk about football. I probably could tell you in my team meetings, I will probably hardly ever talk about football. We talk about our mindset. We talk about how we respond to things. We talk about why we do things. If you ask those girls, what is football, every one of them will tell you it's angles and inches. And when they pulled that last flag, they understood that football was angles and inches. You know what I'm saying? And being able to talk to them in a way where, you tell them, man, I'm not going to, and you know how I am, Ty. I ain't going to argue and fuss with you over mistakes. I prefer you to make them. I embrace mistakes. I think it's a beautiful thing, right? It only gets us closer to perfection. We know what works and what don't work. You know what I mean? So I think a lot of times, Todd, we don't necessarily approach our kids from a mindset standpoint. And that's why I think I love what you guys do more than anything, is because you're able to talk to your kids in a way. It'd be funny as hell to me. You know what I mean? But you know your kids. You know what I'm saying? And you can talk to them in a way where they understand the decision making, the mentality, and things like that moving forward. So I think, when you talk about the athlete, I think there's so much more that we can develop at a younger age that would help them make better decisions. It will also help them in not becoming depressed when they don't necessarily reach their true potential.
Yeah, cause that shit real.
It is real. It is real.
So weird. Somebody said you a football coach, a soccer coach, a flag football coach, a house flipper,
look, and Ty, and successful, undefeated soccer coach. Put that in front of my name, Ty. Yeah, look, Ty, undefeated soccer coach. Ty, we beat Molina 1-0, coach. Molina, coach. Yeah, I'm undefeated in this. We beat Sock. Ask Trish, he know. He know.
Y'all beat the boys or the girl?
I'm the boys JV2 head coach. Yeah, we beat Tish.
JV2. Who won the varsity game?
Man, I don't care about all that. I'm undefeated, Ty. You worried about the wrong thing.
I'm saying, who won the JV1 game?
I don't even care about that, Ty. You worried about the wrong thing, Ty.
Okay, so when you played our JV2, did you see a lot of people you seen at the football games on the field?
I did not, Ty. I did not. Listen, y'all were big. You know what I'm saying?
Pretty good though.
We beat Todd. I'm trying to tell you. They call me Ted.
I'm talking about the varsity, man. I'm talking about like what the varsity.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know, Todd. I can't tell you what our varsity record is. Here's what I can tell you, Kai. Here's what I can tell you. OJV2. I I'm undefeated in district, Todd. That's all I can tell you right now. We are thumping heads right now. That's all I can tell you.
I used to
Okay,
coach
and
soccer too.
I know you did. That's what I'm telling you, Ty. You know, like I'm embracing this. Like I actually learned soccer. I run my little practice and everything. You know,
But I'm
and
tell you, I'm tell you this story though about me coaching soccer. So, in my first year coaching in Lincoln, this 2001, I go to Lincoln. I'm supposed to be the JV basketball coach and coach football. So, you know, it getting close, you know, with football season about to end, you know, they start being like, well, yeah, you need to go meet Coach Bishop and all that type of stuff. So I was like, man, I like Coach Bishop. Do y'all got to dress up to coach basketball? He like, yeah, we know how to dress up. I like, man, I ain't got no suits, so I ain't coaching basketball. Now this the year with Chris Boshman when they won that championship. So Sam pulled me to the side like, Coach, don't worry about no damn basketball, Coach. Coach, I need you to be my soccer coach. So I'm green, you know, I don't know no different. I was the head boys and girls soccer coach.
varsity.
Yeah, and thought it was like I thought it was just supposed to be one stipend.
You got 2 stipends.
Hell nah.
You got 1 stipend.
I got 1 stipend.
You got robbed. Nah, you got to rub me all my bags, homeboy. I need my soccer stipend, my football stipend, and my flag football stipend. I need all that.
But see, I ain't know this my year 1, so I'm just like, shit. I don't know what is. You know what I'm saying? And so
Yeah,
I ended up
coach.
coaching soccer. If I'd have stayed with basketball, I'd have got national championship ring. Well, unless I'd have messed it up for them or something.
Nah, they weren't gonna let you do nothing, Kyle. You just had to be the freshman coach and then just make sure kids go to school.
Nah, I was the JV coach because you know basketball, the top assistant go coach freshmen.
Oh, okay, there you go. Oh, okay.
Yeah, so
Because they want to make sure they stay.
Hey, but you know who that coach, who that assistant coach was?
Coach Doug.
Coach Doug. Said me and Coach Doug go way back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, winners hang together, Todd. Winners hang together, man. So
I know,
it ain't
huh?
surprising. Yeah.
Yeah, you sure right. Yeah, me and Coach Doug, man, we used to call ourselves the young punks because we couldn't do shit. Because Coach Samuel treated us like we were kids.
Well, listen, here's the thing. You, Bishop, Samples, Doug, all y'all got state championships. So,
you know what? Hey, I feel like you know when Daddy say, I ain't no kid no more, Craig.
Yeah. J Mac, I'm sorry, man. I did get on here late, man, and start talking, man. I apologize.
Yeah, you know what you're doing. But I just saw you know your boy Papoose, he just laid out Clarissa Shields on the match. She for the fight. Make history too while we talk about Black history. She about to be a 4-time undisputed champion.
No, what fight? What platform is this on?
It's on the Zone, but you know I'm watching Fire Stick. Well, yeah, but yeah, she about to be. He let her out. I had to see that because you already know the backstory to it all.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah. So he let her out. He was rapping and stuff. He can't rap. I see why he ain't mainstream. But he let her out though. It's dope though. It's dope. We about to watch history, bro. History. Clarissa Shields, the baddest woman boxer fighter ever.
Now, what platform you say this on?
It's on the Zone. DAZN.
Is that on YouTube TV?
I don't think it's on YouTube, but it's got its own app. I can see you somewhere you can watch it though.
Yeah. Send that to me, man. Let me watch this fight.
Yeah, all right, man. We're gonna get on out of here if we can watch the fight though. We appreciate it, y'all. We're gonna pick up after this. Oh, we're gonna do a Tuesday show, Elva.
Yeah, I got practice. I got practice. Yeah. We can do this Tuesday show, man.
Well, I mean, I'm just asking.
Alonzo, you free Tuesday?
I'm good. Yeah, I'm good on Tuesday. I know, like I said, you've been. I'm gonna say this: is Coach Stillwell? Can a brother at least get some a Willow wristband or something, a friendship band or something?
Yeah, man. Listen, you know what, Alonzo, I got you. I got some things I'm working on, man. It's gonna be fun, man. We get a chance to work with the NFLPA, so I get you some good stuff.
All right, man. I just want that friendship band or something, man. Because that gear you got is good, man. It's tight. I love it, and I love what you're doing, Coach Todd. Again, J Mac, man. I appreciate you inviting me on. I know I'm not banned anymore.
Hey, man,
go ahead.
You ain't never banned as long as I'm here. You always welcome, man. Cause you tell the truth. You tell your truth anyway, how you see it. Ain't nothing wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing wrong with that.
All right, J man, send that link, man.
Yeah, send that link, J man.
Yes,
So we watch this fight, man.
All right, I just sent it to you, Will. I just texted to you.
All right, I got it. All right, man. Appreciate you guys, man.
All right.
Yes, sir. Y'all be good.
Yeah.
You are looking live at
The Dub in 3, 2. 1 for the money, 2 for the show, 3 get ready, 4 to let go. Talking that talk is all that we don't. It's football time, we ready to roll. We bringing the coaches close to the fans, answering questions not from the stands. D1 players with offers in hand, from DF Dubs, the best in the land. 6 be coming to play like 8, 5 be coming to play like 8, 4 and 3 be coming like 8. Private schools be making it 8.